Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to today's webinar. Manitoba START is a leading provider of career services in the province of Manitoba and connects businesses to a world-class workforce. I would like to welcome you all to the Spotlight webinar, a series of live broadcasted events designed to assist you in entering Manitoba labor market. Manitoba START acknowledges that we are gathered on Treaty 1 territory, the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Anishinaabe, Dakota Oyate, Denisovan, and Nehethowuk nations, and the homeland of the Red River Métis. We acknowledge that our water is sourced from Shoal Lake 40 First Nation. As a newcomer organization, we commit to learning about the histories, cultures, and rights of the Indigenous communities to strive to build a respectful and supportive relationship for all. Today's webinar is focusing on the Bioscience Association of Manitoba. My name is Medina, and I'm a Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Coordinator here in Manitoba START, and I will be your host for today's webinar. Given the large number of participants who joined this webinar, we have muted your microphone to allow for better clarity and less interference. Before we begin, I will be going over a few housekeeping items. You can use the raise hand feature to indicate that you have a question or comment. To do this, you can click on the participants button in the meeting controls, find the raise hand icon next to your name and click on it. This will notify us that you have raised a hand. Teams webinars also provides a Q&A feature that allows attendees to ask questions specifically in the Q&A panel. To access this, click on the More Options, the three dots button in the meeting controls, and select Q&A. You can then type your question in the Q&A panel. Now, I would like to share a few polls with everyone just to get an idea of who's all with us today. As you receive the poll, you can type in your answer and click Submit. So we see there is quite a few people who have not registered with Manitoba START. That may be something that you can consider doing after you've completed the webinar. The next question asks if you need any help with resume, cover letter, or interview preparation. Okay, next one asks, where are you joining us from? If you are located in Winnipeg, other parts of Manitoba, or outside of Canada. Okay, almost everybody is in Winnipeg. And the last one, what is the reason for attending the webinar? Basically, tell us a bit about who you are. All right. So thank you all that participated in the webinar. Oh, I have selected the wrong button. Where am I now? I will go back to my PowerPoint and continue with introducing the speaker for today. So today we have Bioscience Association Manitoba. As the voice of Manitoba's bioscience community, BAM works to support and grow the province's vibrant life sciences sector, connecting companies, researchers, and innovators to foster a strong, globally competitive industry. With a membership representing health biotechnology, agricultural biotechnology, and clean biotechnology, BAM plays a critical role in advancing Manitoba's economy and promoting cutting-edge discoveries. This session will showcase how agricultural biotech is addressing critical challenges such as climate change, food security, and resource management. Learn how Manitoba companies are developing innovations in areas like crop genetics, precision agriculture, biopesticides, soil health, and more are creating a more resilient food supply chain for generations to come. So please welcome Andrea from BAM.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that kind introduction. As was mentioned, my name is Andrea Ladisser. I'm the president and CEO for the Bioscience Association. And at a quick soundbite, we represent the innovation in healthcare or health, agriculture, and clean technologies. And today we're really happy to talk about agriculture. Although we've signed up to do the three, we've completed health. So today's agriculture, and if you want to be a part of clean technology, that one's coming up as well. It's a really exciting sector in Manitoba. It has a lot to offer, and it's not often talked about. And so what I hope to do today is to share with you a little bit about the industry, and then hopefully that'll create a connection for you and find a place that maybe will be helpful in your career journey. So thank you for being here today. And with that, I'm going to share my screen and we'll go through this together. Wonderful. All right, so we've just got a little bit of a title page here and moving on to, there we go. Oh, there was a wonderful land acknowledgement done at the beginning. I would just like to reiterate those points that we acknowledge we're located on the original lands of the Anishinaabe, the Cree, the Oji Cree, the Dakota, the Dene people, and also the homeland of the Red River Métis. And Manitoba is also home to the Inuit peoples. We respect the treaties that were made in these territories. We acknowledge the harms and mistakes of the past, and we understand they're still being done today. We dedicate ourselves to moving forward in partnership with Indigenous communities, people, and leadership in the spirit of reconciliation. We see the beauty, the strength, and the pride in all Indigenous peoples and commit to seek reconciliation and understanding the harms of today and the past. So we hold that very high in BAM, and we really want to see our role in supporting healing, dreaming, and building a bright future for all. And we're grateful that the past attempts to eliminate Indigenous culture, traditions, knowledge, and peoples were not successful. And then we have the privilege to build a bright future together. So thank you for allowing me a moment to say those great words. So bioscience in agriculture, we use this to kind of use as a statement to reflect all three of our sectors, that we use this technology that's developed in here to heal, feed, and fuel the world, not just for today, but also for future generations. And we do this all together. The belief is that if you look at today versus 10 years ago in health, agriculture, even clean technology, it looks different. So if you have cancer today versus 10 years ago, that journey looks different to better health. Agriculture, populations continue to grow. We look at how can our food become medicine and other different aspects. And the innovation that comes out of here is that sort of quest into finding how we're going to solve some of those problems and do better every day. And same with clean technology. So last year, we were proud to partner with Manitoba Start to help introduce the bioscience to newcomers and also career seekers in our province. And we're excited to be back again, sharing wonderful news and highlights about agricultural biotech here in the province. It is a sizable part of our economy. And we're going to start that off by watching a little bit of a film. So if you could, or a bit of a video. So just hang on and we'll get it teed up for you. All right, here we go.
What do these 5 problems have in common? Life-threatening chronic diseases and medical conditions, healthcare shortages, climate change, food insecurity, access to clean water no matter where you live. 1. They're all real challenges we face today. 2. They're all solvable through continuous research and innovation. 3. Their solutions can be found through research and development right here in Manitoba's bioscience industry. Bioscience work in Manitoba is amazing. Tours on. Let's go. Wait, what's bioscience? Bioscience is the study of our living world and its interactions with each other and their environments. Bioscience is all about discovering how life works, using this knowledge to solve problems related to health, agriculture, and nature. Bioscience is driving innovation in medical treatments, agriculture, and understanding environmental impacts. In other words, how we're healing, feeding, and fueling the world, today and tomorrow. In fact, more than 100 Manitoba companies are working in health biotech, ag biotech, and clean biotech to improve lives in Manitoba and beyond. Examples? Lots. We all know we have to get carbon out of the air to address the climate crisis, and fast. Plants do a great job of that by naturally capturing carbon dioxide or CO2 and turning it into oxygen and carbon-rich biomass. But when plant waste goes to landfills, it can release methane, which is a far worse greenhouse gas than carbon dioxide. So Manitoba tech companies interrupting that cycle by turning plant waste into this, biochar. Instead of cycling back into the air as methane, the carbon is now safely locked in this stable form for hundreds of thousands of years. And that biochar can be put to work in agriculture, cleaning up mining, or to make stronger cement where that carbon is locked and isn't getting out. Let's talk about ammonia. Ammonia is crucial for agriculture. It's an essential fertilizer for feeding the world. But the production of ammonia is one of the heaviest polluters on the planet. Earth badly needs a green ammonia solution. But in Manitoba, we're working on this. The world's very first green ammonia production system that sets up on site in containers. That's carbon-free ammonia, and it's produced without fossil fuels, made on the farm right where it's needed. It burned myself on the stove. It doesn't look like much, but if bacteria gets in there, it can create a protective layer for itself called a biofilm, which is sticky, so any other bacteria can also stick on and be protected and multiply into hundreds, even thousands of layers. Wounds and burns not properly managed can lead to sepsis, amputation, and even death. But soon you'll be able to spray on this breakthrough made in Manitoba innovation. It breaks down the protective biofilm, leaving the bacteria exposed, then kills it. Not just the top layer, but all of them. Manitoba has one of the highest rates of juvenile type 2 diabetes in the world, and First Nations children have a 20 times higher risk for diabetes than other Canadian children. Across northern Manitoba, communities and families are core team members in diabetes research, partnering with clinicians and scientists to improve the wellness of families living with diabetes. And the same collaborative, multidisciplinary approach is leading research right across children's health issues, and it's attracting researchers here from across Canada. Even students are making new advancements. Jasmine Storm is a Master's of Bioscience student at the University of Winnipeg. Hey, Jasmine. She's researching how early life stresses, either before birth or just after, have a long-term impact on the health of babies. Right, Jasmine? Exactly. And how certain components in breast milk might protect against these stressors and could one day become treatments that help babies lead healthier lives. There's more being done and more to come. Way more. The future is here. Come discover it with BAM.
Wonderful. So just to recap, what is bioscience? Bioscience is more than biology. It kind of gets categorized as just a hard science, but it's the integration of biology, chemistry, data, engineering, and innovation, real world problems to solve what's facing us. And so it's an application that we're really proud of, and it's very interesting work. If you find yourself pulled to one of those statements about healing the world, feeding the world, or fueling the world, there might be something in this sector to really provide you a passionate, fully fulfilling career. So biosciences includes health and medical technology, agriculture innovations, environmental solutions, food production, and more. And right now, biosciences is growing fast. The market locally, nationally, and globally is booming, and Manitoba is playing a big role in that. And we've heard from some of our national data by 2029, 2030, which is less than 5 years away. In Manitoba, for every trained person in bioscience, there will be 4 job opportunities for them. So it's in such a demand, as many of the sectors are, where there's a labor shortage, and we really want to play a role in how can we support people connecting with careers and job opportunities as quickly as possible. So, the statement on there that it touches every part of our life is really true. So here are some sort of facts about why I keep saying it's a very important, a very significant industry in Manitoba. When we look at the revenue it generates for our province, it's over 10 billion, and these numbers are a few years old at this point. The number one export of Manitoba is medicine. It's almost twice as big as wheat, and there's over 14,000 employees in this sector now. It is, again, when we look at on the medicine side, we're exporting, Canada exports medicine for around the world, but 35% of that medicine is made here in the province. And when we look at ag tech, it's got impressive numbers as well. Almost $5 billion in revenue of the science related to how we are going to look at soil health, plant health, animal health, and even digital technology. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. So I have a bit of a story here, again, to kind of paint the picture of what it is we're talking about. So let's think of a small family farm at dawn. The sky is just turning pink. The farmer steps out with a cup of coffee in their hand, ready to start another long day on their farm. It's early spring, the soil is still cool and cold, and the growing season is short here in the province. The crops that they plant today need to survive unpredictable weather, different changes in moisture, and a soil that isn't as rich as it used to be. Decades ago, this farmer would have been at the mercy of the seasons, more so than today. If it rained too much or not at all, the yields would drop. If pests came early or a disease hit, there wasn't the technology to provide a solution. And that meant loss in harvests, so that from that farmer, a loss in revenue. For us, less food that we all look forward to eating. So the farmer was backbreakingly uncertain work and still is. But thanks to biotechnology, things have changed. Today, the seeds that the farmer is planting have been engineered with precision. They're designed to withstand drought, to thrive in low nutrient soils, and they're designed to withstand, and resist pests without the heavy use of pesticides. Some even use gene editing technologies that improve the plant's resilience without changing the crop's core traits. So we're looking at that science of how do we have that plant ready for the world that it's going to grow in. Later in the season, data from the satellites and the sensors in the field will guide decision makings about harvesting and application of import chemicals and how much water needs to be applied. Where nutrients are lacking and when it's time to harvest, this isn't guesswork anymore. It's very much guided and assisted by science, and it's working in real time with real farmers. And there's more. Biotech companies are also developing microbes that live in the soil and help plants that pull nitrogen from the air naturally, cutting down synthetic fertilizer and reducing emissions. Others are working on vertical farming systems that use biotechnology to enhance crops that grow indoors and using friction of the land and water. A fraction, of the land and water. So what does this mean? Because our global population is growing, our climate is changing, and the land that we are farming is not necessarily expanding. So if we want to feed more people and provide them with healthier food with using fewer resources, we need to innovate. And this is where science plays a key role. Biotech is helping us to grow food more sustainably in many places. It's helping us support farmers, whether they're in southern Manitoba or a drought-prone region halfway around the world. It's giving us the tools to protect crops, protect soils, and also protect our future. None of this progress is accidental. It's the result of scientists who have asked, how can we do this better? It's the work of researchers, geneticists, agronomists, and farmers who believe that agriculture can evolve, and it's still respecting the land in the process. That sunrise on that farm, it's more than a start of another day. It's the beginning of a new kind of agriculture, one that's smarter and stronger and more sustainable. It's the kind of story that agricultural biotech is writing, and you could be a part of its next chapter. So in recent years, advances in biotechnology have reshaped agriculture, offering practical solutions to some of the biggest challenges in our food production, sustainability, and climate resilience. Agricultural biotechnology is a field that harnesses the power of science and technology to revolutionize the way we grow, harvest, and distribute our food. From genetically modified crops that resist pests and disease to precision agriculture technology and techniques that improve efficiency and reduce environmental impacts. Ag biotech is helping us build a more resilient, food secure future. And here in Manitoba, the impact is clear. Ag biotech is not only thriving, it's leading. It's the largest bioscience sector in the province, and it's in terms of both numbers and businesses and total sales revenue. Our province is a hub of innovation with strong roots in agriculture and a growing ecosystem of research, development, and commercial activity. Thanks to these advances, farmers can increase their yields, protect their crops and their investments, and continue to adapt to changing climates and conditions, all while using fewer resources at times. But ag biotech is more than just science. It's about supporting our agricultural systems and communities, strengthening our food systems, and preparing for a future shaped by both opportunity and challenges. Agricultural biotechnology isn't just changing how we grow, it's transforming the future of farming. It's transforming our food and it's transforming our planet, and here and as well as around the world. So we have success stories in Manitoba. So these aren't just, a story that we're sharing. We want to show some success that we've seen in the province. So on your screen, you're going to see two companies there, and I'm pleased to share a little bit more about each. So one is Solno. They're a company which is rooted in Carberry, Manitoba, and they have developed an upcycled resistant starch derived from potato processing. It serves as a clinically studied prebiotic ingredient that supports digestion and gut health. It's used in everything from dietary supplements to functional foods and beverages. What makes Solno remarkable is its commitment to both human and environmental health. By turning this agricultural byproduct into a high-value ingredient, they're creating a circular model for innovation that is gaining international attention. And they're helping a new global standard in microbiome-focused nutrition. So they're taking what was used to be a very expensive thing to put in either landfill or to process into waste, and they've been able to upcycle that into a very high-value product. Another standout in the Manitoba ag biotech space is SiteBio, a Manitoba-based agricultural biotech company that develops innovative microbiology products for global markets, including Canada, the US, Europe, and South Africa. Their lineup includes biofertilizer, inoculants, biopesticides, and plant-grown regulators, all designed to support healthier crops and soil in an eco-friendly way. At the heart of SiteBio, it is committed to research and development. Their IRD, their Innovation Research and Development Facility, focuses on next generation microbial technology that helps farmers improve yields while reducing environmental impact. By offering sustainable, science-backed solutions, SiteBio is helping producers to boost their bottom line without compromising the planet. And these are just two examples from across Manitoba of how ag biotech companies are not only advancing science, but they're strengthening our food system, supporting local economies, and giving farmers the ability to thrive in a rapidly changing environment. Next, I've got a video for us that'll take a closer look at how these companies are using technology.
To create new food products to help support small and medium enterprises in Manitoba that are starting up new food companies or looking at creating new foods from. I'll put one in, they get 1 minute to flip it at 1 minute. My name is Anna Boyce, and I am a research technician here at Biotech. I have background in culinary, so I do a lot of the cooking, I do a lot of hands-on in the kitchen, but now in my role, I also get to do a bit of analytical. I'm learning more so the science side of food science. Gonna give them a flip. When I was in school, the JRK came into our class and they introduced food research. And I'd never heard of it before. Because like hotel, restaurants, golf courses, weddings, banquets. And I didn't want to do that. I like cooking at home. So now I get to do rest development. I get to the whole other side in food industry.
My name is William Reddenchuk. I am the research kitchen, and we are currently in CMO7 facility at the Red River College Polytech Notre Dame campus.
My name is Michael Ray, and I work at the Prairie Research Kitchen as a research assistant.
We have a diverse team. My background is in both culinary arts and food science, but you can never know everything. And when we never know what the project is coming in, we always have to be learning about new products, new processes, and things like that.
It's different every day. So as a research assistant, I'm working in the kitchen or in the lab, helping with various projects every day.
You can teach you what because what we have here at the college is we teach students how to use fermentation to produce a product. So instead of using a chemical fertilizer, we can use this technology to grow up these beneficial bacteria to promote the growth of plants.
My name is Fan E. Carl, and I prefer people calling me Chloe. And I'm the second year student of the Science Laboratory Technology program.
So can you make sure that the pH is correct at this point for me?
Actually, I'm coming from Hong Kong. I was a nurse in my home country. I'm an international student. I graduated in 2010 in a university in Hong Kong, in a Bachelor of Nursing program. Although it's really hard while studying because I'm in the second year and the assignment is so tough, but it's really worth to learn this knowledge. It helped me to understand more about the world.
So now let's get talking about some career opportunities that are in this sector. So when we talk about bioscience and agriculture, there's some things that come to mind is these companies are like any other company, and they still need some of those core functions that you'll see in most companies. That includes HR and finance, legal, marketing, customer relations, logistics, all those kinds of things, as well as the science that helps to develop and advance the technology that they are in the market of. Building, selling, brokering. Some highlights that are really important that we feel so very proud of is that the bioscience sector has about 15 to 20% higher pay than the average Manitoba salary. And it can be both a stepping stone into another career or another company. But a lot of these companies are so big and they have so many ambitions that you could have a long-term, fulfilling career within one of these companies as well. And jobs are being created every day. As I mentioned earlier, by less than 5 years from now, the estimate is for everyone trained in the biosciences here in Manitoba, there is going to be 4 job openings. And so that's a really exciting fact, showing that the sector is growing. But we're going to need to create more skilled people ready to take on those challenges of how we're going to heal, feed, and fuel the world to meet the demand that the market has set for this. So some examples of titles for career in ag biotech is crop system engineer, food technologist, which was kind of highlighted in our previous video, microbiologist, robotics engineer, soil scientist. There's also animal health and digital agriculture. They're all very growing sectors, growing career opportunities, as well as there's jobs that are being creating every day that didn't exist a year ago as we lean into the use of AI and digital agriculture, the use of data to really guide how we advance our sciences and our understanding of the living world. So we've got a link there for you to connect to our job page if you want to learn a little bit more. We also work with some great national partners who really look at competencies in all of the bioscience jobs and careers. So if you want to learn more, reach out and we'd be happy to share some of that more technical information on jobs in ag biotech. So now that we've talked about exciting opportunities in Manitoba Ag's biotech, I wanted to share how we at BAM can help you get started with the success in this growing industry. First off, we have membership that allows you access to all the programmings and supports that we offer. They're available at a student membership for $50 a year or individual membership at $125. We never want money to be a barrier, so always reach out if you're interested, but we need to work through that piece. These memberships give you exclusive access to training, networking, job events, job opportunities, and more. One of the most unique opportunities that we offer is our guided tours of local bioscience companies, as well as meet the industry, mentorship, career advice, and also a chance to really kind of get on the bus and look at all the wonderful ag tech that's here in the province. There's also self-paced online learning that makes it easier to learn at your own time and your own comfort about biosciences here in Canada as well as in Manitoba. And a lot of these online supports that you have access through BAM are free. They're valued at about $1,000 per license. We offer that free to our members. And what it can give you is a Canadian sort of certification or stamp of bioskills through a national partner. And a lot of employers look at that as a great recent test of skills or a sense of proficiency in biosciences, and can be a great way to kind of benchmark yourself against what that position is asking for or to help introduce you to an employer. BAM members also get access to career-focused events. I'll talk about one in just a few slides. It's happening at the end of the month. Industry introductions. Again, we're connected with quite a few of the companies here, and so we often know about the jobs that are coming to the market before the job boards do, and also those personal connections. Someone is looking for someone and they trust us to maybe look and shortlist some people for them. We work really hard to bridge the gap between education, newcomers, and employment, and our programs are designed with that in mind, and we work really hard to make sure they're on focus and on task. So we're here to help you gain experience. We're here to help build your network. We're here to help you find your place in this exciting high growth sector. And I encourage you to check out our website at biomb.ca to learn more. So I'm watching the clock, we're getting close. So Manitoba's agriculture biotechnology sector is in a strong period of growth. And I can't encourage people enough that if this seems like something you want to spend your career or a chapter of your career in, connect with us. There's a lot of opportunities to be had. The number of ag biotech businesses in Manitoba continue to rise. And as these companies invest in new technologies and expand their operations from startups to global players, these organizations are developing everything from soil health solutions to climate resistant crops. The growth is fueling economic development, job creation, and investment across the province. There's so many opportunities here. It's just a really exciting part of our history here. And at the core of it, ag biotech is about solving real-world problems. These Manitoba-based companies are tackling issues that are important to all of us, and you can be a part of that by joining these companies. So in short, ag biotech in Manitoba is more than an industry. It is a movement, and we're very proud to support these companies along their way. So here are some important details that I think, are if anyone is looking for a career opportunity, their next job, these might be some ways to help you advance. And there's a QR code that'll take you straight to our events and training page. The first one is reputational and media training. So if you find that you are in a bit of a communications role or you want to advance your ability to connect with media on behalf of a company, we have some great training coming up on October 21st and 28th. Again, through BAM membership, that price is really comes down. The next one is one of our premium ones that I'm hoping the audience finds a lot of value in. We've partnered to do a career expo and also a bioscience 101 here at the University of Manitoba. And what it is first half of the day is we have bioscience companies who have job postings here to meet with individuals that are seeking jobs. And it'll be more than a career fair in that we have space for people to have good conversations, to get some advice, to introduce themselves, as well as see who's here in the province. A lot of times when we host one of these, people are saying, I never even knew this was here. We're taking the mayor of Winnipeg on tours of bioscience companies in Winnipeg. And every time we finish a tour, he often says, I can't believe this is here in Winnipeg. So many amazing things that aren't necessarily top of mind when we think of what companies are here in Winnipeg, in Manitoba. And we look forward to introducing you to some of them on the 29th. The second half of that day is career advice. And so we're going to sit down with some industry experts who are going to talk about what the bioscience job economy is looking like, giving some advice about career paths and career connections, as well as having some HR professionals there to help with any resumes and also job interview skills to really make sure that we're helping people not only find opportunities, but get ready to introduce themselves to those opportunities. The other one we have, and I'm really excited about this one, if there's anyone interested in here, please reach out. We have 8 seats. And again, this is almost fully subsidized. So if you are looking at having a Canadian certification in lab skills, we are flying 8 people to Prince Edward Island to take a nationally recognized lab skills course. It seems pretty far afield to go to PEI, but until we land this kind of training here in Winnipeg, that's where we're going to head off to. Those 8 people will be able to take things like formulation, quality control, quality assurance, packaging, different levels that come with taking a bioscience technology from lab all the way through to packaged product ready for industry. So if anyone is interested in advancing their lab skills or having a Canadian level designation for lab skills, please reach out. We do have 8 seats remaining for that, and we have a lot of support to make that cost very affordable. The other one is our Indigenous Health Innovations Conference. It's November 28th. And again, this will be an opportunity for a lot of industry to connect with Indigenous leadership, Indigenous healthcare providers, and have great conversations. So again, industry will be there, both in booth form as well as people in the audience. And it might be a great way to connect and network with companies you find interested. And again, we'll post all of those that'll be featured. So keep watching our website, and if you think one of those companies is one you'd love to be introduced, there's nothing wrong with showing up in the audience or at their booth and talk about some career opportunities. And lastly, available 365 days a year is our online training. These are both soft skill and technical skill training. It's often offered from a national accredited provider, and it gives you a stamp or a seal that you can put on LinkedIn, put it on your CV or your resume, and it shows that you have sort of a Canadian established training in both soft skills and technical skills in bioscience. So again, we have those available free to our members. And if you think that'll be helpful to you, I'd be more than happy to connect you with that opportunity. We have some available, so it's first come, first serve on that one. And with that, again, we have a number of things that continue to be added to our website, added to our offering. So visit us often. Sign up for our newsletter. All of this is available at biomb.ca. If you do become a member, it does give you some more advanced privileges and more opportunities for us to support you. So if that's an option, I would encourage that. And again, we're really proud to be here today. We're happy to see so many people sign up to learn a little bit more about what biosciences are in Manitoba, specifically to ag tech. And if you're interested, we look forward to seeing you in the clean tech one that we'll be doing in the not so distant future. So with that, I will hand it back over. I'll just put up quickly. There is some of our details if you want to connect, and then I'll open it up for questions.
All right, thank you, Andrea, for the presentation. All right, now it's your time to ask any burning questions that you may have had during the presentation. I also have my colleague Luna, who will be taking over the webinars in the near future. I'm monitoring the Q&A period, so she may jump in as we see some questions pop up. Okay, so we have one from Jane. Jane, I've unmuted your microphone. Now you can go ahead and unmute on your end. Yeah, you'll just have to unmute yourself. Jane, can you hear me? Okay. So you should be. Let me do that again. Oh, your hand disappeared. Okay, I'll move over to all Sola. So what I'm doing, I'm allowing your mic to be unmuted on your end. So all Sola, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much, Andrew, for the presentation. I really love what Biotech is doing. I'm happy to listen to the innovation happening. So I want to ask, my background is in agriculture, and I just moved to Canada. I want to know, what do you think about someone that is interested in biotechnology? Are there trainings that one needs to do? How can I kind of transition into biotechnology? That's my question. And the second one is about the training that you mentioned, that you have space for 8 people. For someone that is interested, how can I get in touch? Those are my
Yes. Send me an email. You can do it at info@biomb.ca, or my email was on that past slide. Maybe I'll put it back up. Reach out to me, and we've got the application process open for that lab skills in PE at Prince Edward Island. I think things like that really help to get a sense of the Canadian sort of proficiency piece. So that is available to you if you want to have those lab skills acknowledged. Again, some of that online training that we talked about, whether it's in the technical skills or soft skills for bioscience, are really good. Anything that kind of leaves you with certification, a badge, an acknowledgement of completion is really helpful to kind of help employers know the things that they're familiar with, how you align with that measurement of skill. So for me, I would encourage both. Again, we're working really hard to make them low or no cost, because again, we want as many people to connect with the industry as possible. So please send me an email. I will connect you with both the online training if you're interested. And then also I can send you the information about the lab skills one that's coming up. I think the other one that I always encourage people to do is it's still very much like a social meet people, connect with industry, better understand what they do, help introduce yourself so they better understand what you're able to do. Come out to our October 29th career fair. And again, it's not just a career fair where you meet companies and get a sense of who's there and what jobs are opening. Having industry talk about how to get jobs and career paths, as well as how to prepare your resume and prepare for an interview for bioscience jobs is really important because it is slightly different than some of the other jobs that are available. So I think it's do as much prep work as possible. And I think those are three things that we could help with: the online skills, the lab skills and PEI, and then come and join us on October 29th.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. I look forward to your email.
I will.
Oh, yeah, and someone just put it, Chloe, my teammate, just put it in the chat for ease of reference, my email.
Okay, thank you so much.
And we have another question here from Ines. She's saying she is an agricultural engineer, internationally educated, and want to do like training or anything in relation with animal production, and that's to be familiar with the Canadian agriculture.
Wonderful. And animal health is one of our subsectors. So you may find we have some supports there that'll tie you into that animal production piece. And same with the and agricultural engineering, there is a demand for that as well. So same with the previous question, come out on the 29th and meet some of these companies and listen to the conversation from industry about what it takes to have a good career in bioscience, the resume, and also the career conversations piece. That's one thing we can offer. And again, if you want to send me an email with a little bit more of what you're looking for, we do have a network of people as well that we can connect you with. I do know, I think there's a career fair for agriculture on the 7th. Also look at the universities, what they're doing as well. They have usually a lot of career fairs. But again, that almost $5 billion in revenue from ag biotech is pretty impressive for a small province, small population wise. So there's lots of jobs there. Happy to help you connect, but look at that online skills training. So you have that certification, and then also we can connect you with some more.
Okay, and I have unmute Ola Tanju, and then you can unmute yourself and speak.
Hello, good morning. My name is Olatunji Olabisi, and my education is in agriculture, but I did my master's in plant breeding and genetics, and I did my research in tissue culture and cryopreservation. I have some training in DNA extraction and all that. So, but my concern is that all of my applications, I don't even get replies, particularly biotech. They've never replied all of my applications. So of course, when I apply for jobs, I get reply. But trying to get jobs in biotechnology, I mean, I don't get feedback, and I keep wondering what's happening. So I was wondering, okay, thankfully, I mean, I appreciate this platform. Maybe if I take that training about Canadian certification and all that, perhaps it will face up. It will put a good face to my profile. So, but I want to know precisely the training. Okay, yeah, you said it's laboratory training, but I want to know precisely what we're going to be learning. Is it because
yes, of course.
laboratory training is wide. I mean, is it soil lab, microbiology lab? Is it? I mean, what exactly would we be learning? That is my concern. Thank you.
Yes, it is more focused on microbiology and pharmaceutical manufacturing. So it's really like focused on health, human health, and it can be translated into animal health too, because those streams can be fairly similar. For what I understand, what you're looking for, I don't know if it'll be as useful if the career skills you just talked about are the ones that you want to, move forward with, or if you want to take a different path, that's of course 100% up to you. I think one thing I would say is I do a lot of talking about networking and how to stand out for those that are seeking jobs. I think what I would always share is try and be in the room with industry and make a connection so that they can help you connect with jobs as well. Because I know, when things get posted online, they can get 500 applications and it can be really hard to understand why you're not getting a reply. But when you're able to meet with someone in industry and they can help guide you, provide you with some question and answer, opportunities with them. Or, you even meet people here at our career fair on the 29th. They may be able to help illuminate what it is that maybe is missing or how to stand out. Or, if you added these two things to your CV, it'll allow you to move into a different category. So I wouldn't be able to give you specific advice, but generally I see a lot of that, and networking is still such an important part of finding a job because, again, it doesn't hurt to know someone who can help you understand how to stand out. And sometimes jobs come up, and if they know someone who's really well suited for it, they may say, hey, consider applying for this job. I think you'd be a great candidate, happy to be a reference for you. And that can also help you stand out. So appreciate the frustration. Unfortunately, I do hear that quite a bit. But I think networking, again, with your advanced skill set, meeting industry, learning who's looking for what job, who is growing and probably hiring, and meeting people is really important.
Okay, thank you, Andrea. And we have Jane, so I will allow your microphone. Perfect. And then you can speak.
Hi, Medina. Thank you very much. Thank you, Andrea. I tried to speak earlier, but I guess network issues. So the question I have has partly been answered by other questions. I was going to ask Andrea for careers that are not really lab based. So I'm a data analyst and I'm looking to get into biotech. I was going to ask about the training, but you've just answered that it's around lab work. So I wanted to ask, are there any trainings for people who don't have like degrees in life sciences or who have like tech skills but wanting to get into this industry? Do
Yeah,
you guys as BAM have a training for us?
absolutely. We just signed a partnership with Digital Health Canada. So you mentioned you had data analytics background and interest. And again, they have through us, you can access their courses and certifications as well. And they're really looking at the digital pathway for health in Canada. And it's going to take a lot of data analytics, data management, info, all that kind of stuff to help make that a reality. So although we don't have that kind of upskilling directly, our partner at Digital Health Canada does. And again, if you work with us in partnership, we can give you access to that Digital Health Canada coursework as well. And it's actually quite impressive what they have available, both as a one-off course or if you want to take a certification. So if you're interested, please feel free to send an email in and we can connect you with some of that website. You can cruise through and see what's available to you. And then if you're interested, we can always look at offsetting the cost of those courses through our partnership.
Okay, thank you, Andrea. So I attended the last webinar we had about a week ago, and I did reach out to the emails you dropped, info as well as talent at my biomb.ca. I did try connecting with you on LinkedIn, and I understand you're really busy, but is it okay if I follow up with you after this webinar?
Yes. And again, on the networking side, I always say to people, if you don't get a response with enough time, always kind of install it at the top of the box. Everyone, you're exactly right. We miss some and we don't mean to. And if you can help us by, resending a friendly reminder, that's always welcome.
Thank you very much. I will send you an email after this. Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thank you, Jane.
And we have Vanessa here. Allow the mic. Now you can speak, Vanessa.
Yes, thank you. Hello, Andrea. Thank you so much for this
Welcome.
opportunity. I really enjoyed. This is my first time that I am in touch with you. Well, my background is that in my country I studied biochemistry science, a master in biochemistry, and I was working in sexual plant reproduction. So I am looking for here in Canada to continue working in this area, but like the other person that talked a minute ago, um, I haven't received a reply. I don't know if the cause is because my studies are from Mexico. I'm from Mexico. I really need to study here or have a certification here in Canada for be considering
Mhm.
in one of these positions.
So I appreciate, and I can imagine how frustrating that is. And I think you're on the right path. Getting some Canadian, again, it can be a certificate, a training course, those kinds of things behind you. Can help you connect with industry, like through those pathways. So that'd be one of my suggestions. Coming to the October 29th event and meeting some industry face to face and trying to create some of those personal connections is really helpful. And I think the other one too is, doing, and again, I mentioned a couple times, but I think it's still really important. Those online courses that give you a badge can be really helpful. And again, networking is still so important, especially if, there's out of country qualifications. Meeting someone, introducing yourself can really help articulate the strengths that you have as a team member, what you can offer. Right. And I think that's still really important. So I know it can be frustrating mailing in or, submitting online. And I think if you expand into some networking opportunities, come out to some of our career fairs and career conversations, and help and start meeting industry, that's really, again, a good next step. And there'll be some other stuff you can do as well, but those would be easy ones to get started on. And that can help introduce you to industry, which can help you connect with opportunities.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You are very welcome.
Thank you, Andrea. And we have a worker here. I'll allow the mic. And you can go ahead and ask a worker. Hello, Abakar? Can you hear me?
Hello. Hello.
Yeah,
Hi,
we can hear
how are
you.
you?
Hi. Oh, okay. Thank you. My name is Abakar. I am a medical lab technician, graduate outside Canada. I need to know, do you have a master degree in biotech in University of Manitoba?
Yes, we have, trying to recall. So we have at all levels. So at the colleges and the technical institutes, there's different life sciences, technology diplomas, all the way through to health sciences undergrads, as well as the well-known sciences of chemistry, biology, microbiology, and those kinds of things. And we've just launched I'm looking at Chloe, a master's of life science, bioscience and policy. Bioscience and policy at the University of Winnipeg, I believe, right? Yeah. Yeah. So we have just
Okay,
launched a master's program as well.
okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Happy to answer any more
Okay,
questions you
yeah.
might have.
Okay, if there's no other questions, I guess it is 1 o'clock already. So I would take this time to thank Andrea for her presentation again, and thank you all for your good questions. There's a lot of information in the chat that you can follow up on after the webinar. And yeah, that's it. Thank you, Andrea.
Wonderful. Thank you for having me. And again, if I can help, please reach out. Be patient. If I've missed something, please resend it.
All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye for now.